wonderful people. Today we will be delving into the wonderful world which is the Doppler knives in the game of Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And by the end of this video, I'm hoping that you as a trader or a player will be able to identify all phases of Doppler knives and know their appropriate values. One thing I'd like to get out there right off the bat, apologies if I sound like I'm whispering or have a raspy voice. I'm battling an extreme case of bronchitis right now, so I'm not feeling the best. But the first piece of business that I would like to bring to your attention is that with all of the Doppler knives in this game, they will all be the same for all of the knives. The phases don't differ from one knife to the other. They will all have the same keynote traits that make them identifiable for all knives, whether it be a gut knife or karambit. Now, the beauty of something like a Doppler is that just like the case-hardened knives and weapons, there's a ton of variation. You can get different patterns with it, different amounts of colors, and you can get all these different variants on your different knives. Except Dopplers, unlike case-hardens, are a lot easier to trade, and in general, they're more valuable. So they're a good pickup to get started with, and once you have it, it's very easy to trade and make a profit with. Now, no more dicking around, let's get right into the exact phases. Here we have some visual examples of the 4 phases. I found this image conveniently on google.com, and so ignore the can't use as vector and can't get price quotes that are there. That was just there when I found the picture, and I really didn't want to take the time to Photoshop that out, because for all intents and purposes, this picture has what we need. Now, phase 1 is primarily black with about 10 to 25% of the blade being pink. This goes for all of the knives, not just M9 bayonets. This one just happens to be an M9 bayonet. Now, if we move over to phase 2 is a majority pink. It is black with a majority of the blade being pink. You can get what is known as a pink galaxy, which is when about 90 to 100% of both the play side and the inspect side of your knife are pink. And then we move over to the phase 3, which is blue with some amount of green on it. Now, the only thing that differentiates a phase 3 from a phase 4 is a phase 4 is a lot of blue but no green. So some people have difficulty telling the difference between a phase 4 with not a lot of blue on it and a phase 3 because they both have similar amounts of blue. Just know that green equals phase 3. You cannot get green on a phase 1 or a phase 2. If you see any variant of green, that is phase 3. And then with phase 4, similar to there being a pink galaxy, there is just a majority blue knife. There really is no term. There isn't like a blue galaxy term, but you could just say majority blue. And with the value of Dopplers, phase 1s and phase 3s tend to be the least valuable. They tend to go for pretty much market price, or rather analyst price, of a traditional Doppler knife for whatever knife you have, whether it be a karambit, gut knife, etc., etc. But the phase 4s and the phase 2s are the most expensive, and of course you're going to get more value out of your knife if your phase 2 is like a pink galaxy or your phase 4 has a majority blue. Basically, the more blue or the more pink you can get, the better your value is going to be for the knife. Now, with that said, don't get carried away. If you have a pink galaxy, don't think that it's suddenly going to be worth $100 extra. If you have an M9 bayonet worth around $250, it might go up to $255 or $260 if you have a pink galaxy. And then you also have to factor in the float of the knife, because just because it's a pink galaxy doesn't mean that it's going to have a good float on it. So just take that in mind when you're evaluating the price of your Dopplers. Now we arrive at the ever-elusive final 3 types of Doppler knives. These would include the sapphire, the ruby, and the black pearl variants. Now, the odds of getting one of these are about 1 in 100 once you pull a Doppler knife, if you pull a knife, let alone a Doppler knife at all. So these knives are extremely rare, and a ruby knife is pretty much all red. It's not pink, it is just full red. There is no black. there is no anything other than red. It is just 100% red on play side and backside. The Sapphire, of course, is pure blue on both the play side and the inspect side. Now, the Sapphire blue tends to be sort of an off blue, sort of like a bluish purple, so it's not the same shade of blue that you would get from a phase 4 or a phase 3 Doppler. And then the Black Pearl is an entirely black Doppler, and the Black Pearl goes for more than the standard Doppler of the knife by about double the value. Something like a Sapphire or Ruby is about triple the value of the knife. Sapphires tend to go for a little bit more. For some reason, there are less Sapphires than Rubies, making them more rare and in turn worth more. Just recently, I traded my Karambit Phase 4 Doppler for a Gut Knife Sapphire, which I then traded for my M9 Bayonet Doppler Phase 3 alongside a Flip Knife Damascus Steel Factory New. Alrighty, in conclusion, I must say, good luck trading, have a great day, and I should be getting another video out here soon about the different phases of the Gamma Dopplers, because Lord knows I was confused as shit about those when those first came out, and we'll be able to get that up ASAP. I'll also be getting that video I promised about how to evaluate the prices of Cados and case hardens. Basically, I'm going to have the works up here as we go along, heading into the stretch. And also, in the description of the video, I'm going to be putting my Steam trade link, as well as my CSGO backpack link, so you can check out the value of my inventory as I go along on this trading journey. And if you'd like to send me any trade offers, the trade link is there. I'm not really opposed to any offers. If it's a bad offer, I'll decline. If it's good, I'll accept. You know the deal. If you enjoyed the video or found this helpful, a like is always appreciated but not required. And if you're in this for the long haul and looking to get the insider scoop on the Gamma Doppler info, the Cado info, case harden info, the works, go ahead and smash a subscribe on there. And see you next time. Enjoy.